We can hear you. Go ahead.
I was just curious about your conditioning. Is that kind of what kept you in the game? And how far have you come since maybe last year and now?
Oh, definitely. I came a long way with my conditioning. You know, coach pushes me every day in practice. You know, in the heat of the game, my adrenaline, just definitely just kind of keep going. You knowing that I had to stay on the floor and do what I needed to do on the floor, defensively, offensively. So yeah, that's definitely just kept me going throughout the game.
Jim, you drive a red truck? Yes. Wow. Doing a U-turn in the middle of the whatever today? Y'all need to write that in the paper. This man in a red truck doing a U-turn and flipping it, and I'm going, look at Clyde Pete, look at him. I guess.
Faustine, I know the season's early, but this was kind of a breakout game for you. Talk about how you felt out there beyond your conditioning and was working for you.
Oh yeah, I felt great. You know, my teammates, coaches were giving me the confidence to practice this week. Just going out there and just doing what I do. It just felt great. My teammates were giving me the ball. I think we had like 13 assists on the night, and so that definitely was the biggest piece on the floor throughout the game. So yeah, it feels good to be back and just playing the game that I know how to play.
Coach Mulkey, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I've been called worse.
What are your thoughts on Moon Ursin's performance tonight?
Well, first of all, I love that Moon Ursin. Okay, I've said it many times. I wanted her here with me at LSU, and I couldn't keep her. So call me a bad recruiter, right? I thought that compliment our players for the job that they did on her. I think all of our perimeter players at some point had to guard her. Moon is just a tremendous player, leaps out of the gym, quick as lightning. I thought, you know, we did a good job on her for the most part. She played, I guess, well, she played almost 40 minutes, 37 minutes right there. She's a smaller player that leaps out of the gym, got a bunch of rebounds, but I thought we held her in check for the most part. You know, she had the double-double, but we didn't feel like at any point that she went off and was going to beat us. You're welcome, baby.
Coach Mulkey,
Yes.
TJ Polk. Autumn Newby, it seemed like the moment she got in the game, she kind of started providing a spark for the team. Could you just describe what she brings to the team and to the floor?
Well, I was thinking we had 4 scoring double figures, but Autumn just snuck up on me right there. That kid almost had a double-double. And, you know, if we can score that many people close to a double-double not a double-double, but in double figures, we're going to compete. And I just thought that the 5 right there, what do they have? They have experience. They have experience. And there's no substitute for that. And they battled on the boards. They knew, you know, Tulane is a good rebounding team. We are too. We knew we had our hands full. When you're small on the perimeter like we are, you got to battle. And if you look at the 3 perimeter players for us, I thought they battled on the boards. But yes, to answer your question about Autumn, I took her out of the lineup starting out. It doesn't matter to me. You want to be in the rotation of 8. Doesn't matter who starts, just get your minutes in the middle of the game, and I thought she produced.
Yeah, Kim, is that the first time y'all have been really pressed this year? I know you had the 17
Yeah, we didn't
point
handle, that's on me. We didn't handle it well. I've got to do a better job. And we'll clean that up. Our guards are too good to get trapped like that. They're too quick, and we were waiting for the trap to come, and then we try to throw a pass, but we'll clean that up. We got to use the middle guy more. We got to use Autumn and those guys in the middle. But, you know, when a team is behind like that, they take chances, they gamble, and we were being too conservative. You got to split them. You got to go. If you can't, man, you got to be quick with the ball, and that's fixable. That'll get cleaned up.
And for Jailin, do you see the improvement? Y'all look really good tonight. You had like your second best shooting half of the season. Do you feel like it's starting to happen a little bit?
Yeah, I definitely think we're all gelling together and learning to, you know, play off each other. Defensively, our intensity was there. Everybody's just on point. Our communication is a lot better. So, yes, I do.
It's for both players. I think maybe last year you guys might have surrendered that lead. They made a couple of challenges at you guys, and you were able to hold it off each time. and really not get, within single digits. So is that a difference between this team as being able to, not extend that lead, but preserve the lead, not give it up? And do you see that similarly?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just executing. We don't take possessions off, and I think that's the biggest thing. We didn't do that tonight. Every play, every possession, we took it like it was our last, and it showed that on the court.
Yeah, basically what Faust said. We just wait. My bad. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Being able to weather the storm, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah, execution. That was the biggest thing with us last year, that we couldn't score the ball. And this year, well, today we scored the ball, and we're gonna keep trying to score the ball on the offensive end, but still be ourselves on the defensive end.
Coach Mulkey, Tulane finished with 43 rebounds, 21 of those rebounds being offensive rebounds. Do you have any special practice plans for your players, to limit those?
No,
offensive
we
rebounds?
knew they would, but how many of those did they get late in the game? I bet you they got 5 or 6 there on one possession, it seemed like. So I thought we rebounded pretty good with them. I thought our defense was just solid. I thought our defense was solid. We didn't expose ourselves too much. So that kept you in the lead. It got you the lead. And then when you can do some things in executing that we didn't do the last time we played here, you become confident. And I thought, I'll use this as an example. Iowa comes in for the inbounds play. She knew it. I guarantee you the last game we played, she didn't know it. She gets the inbounds play, the post up, and she gets the and one. Those things are important to a team's confidence. They went nuts, okay? If you can execute when things are tight, even if you miss the shot, you're making progress. The defense will continue to get better. We'll continue to get better. We'll continue to get better. I'm not surprised that they rebounded with us, but I also think that maybe the last 2 or 3 minutes is when they caught up with us. I'd have to go look at the film.
Coach Mulkey, it felt like a real team effort tonight. You mentioned the 5 players being in double figures. How would you describe the importance of having that balance on the offensive end?
Well, it's important. I don't care at what level you are in this game. If you've got 5 kids that are confident and shoot the basketball, and as we say, they like to spread the wealth, we'll take that. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes somebody's just having an off night. Well, they got to do other things. They got to defend for you. They got to rebound for you. Don't allow any individual to gauge how well they play just because of something they did on the offensive end. That's not always going to be the case in this game. So gauge them on consistency. Are they consistently guarding somebody? Are they consistently rebounding? When they stop shooting is when I'll take them out. You stop shooting and you lose confidence, come sit by me. Keep shooting it. If it's a good shot, I'll let them know when it's a bad shot.
Time for one more question, Scott.
Okay, it's a good one to finish on because I'm going to be a little silly. But a real-time RPI had them as number 25 in their RPI. I know it's early in the season, but is this a ranked win you're going to celebrate? But on a more serious note, this is probably your best win of the season so far. What do you
Well, I think based upon who they have beaten, based upon where they projected to finish in their league, based upon the fact that they've got 5 kids on that floor that have a lot of experience. So yes, we just beat a very good team. And we're going to celebrate it, but we're not going to just go crazy over it. We're trying to get to that 10th win. When we get to that 10th win, then we'll come in here and y'all need to put that in the headlines, okay? 10 wins, that's one more than they won all of last year. You think we won't celebrate? I don't know if LSU will let us do the champagne, and they all underage in there, and I don't drink, so that's going to look terrible, isn't it? But we're going to celebrate that, Scott. What we will talk about is we got a long day tomorrow. We'll talk about, okay, what happened on that possession right there? When you got trapped and I just called a timeout and I told you what we wanted to run and you quickly threw it. Those are things that you teach. So that's what we're doing right now, is just teaching little things, what we can do better. So we're celebrating a win, and we are very respectful of how good Tulane is.
Kim, before you go, would you talk about going to Puerto Rico and what you anticipate seeing there and what you want to get done?
Well, I'm going to see the back of my eyelids for a few hours because we're going to get up really early at 6 o'clock in the morning. I think we go to New Orleans. From New Orleans, we go to Orlando, and then straight into Puerto Rico. I want them to understand it's a business trip first. But we're going to go and we're going to have fun. I bet you, how many, was it 3/4 of the players had not been there, right? They've never been there. So why go there and not let them go put their bikinis on and go enjoy the waves and go do whatever, they want to do? But they need to make sure that they understand, we want to go there and win 2 basketball games. And back to back. We don't have a day in between, so we've got to do a quick turnaround there.
Is that something you scheduled?
No, the only thing I scheduled was maybe 1 or 2 that were open dates later in the non-conference schedule. I didn't schedule Iowa State. That was a SEC Big 12 deal. San Juan was already on the schedule. I'm trying to think if UNO maybe was an addition. I don't know. I try to stay away from that other than no in the future. Let me know and I'll tell you yes or no, we'll play them.
Can you make a quick comment about who you're playing? And
Yes, New Mexico State and Missouri State. Now, I haven't sat there and studied the film yet. I can tell you more about Missouri State than I can New Mexico State. Missouri State, when you look at mid-major type of programs, Missouri State's always one of the top ones. And they're very good, kind of like Florida Gulf Coast. Everybody that is a true women's basketball fan knows those they can beat you. And if you're not, they're, oh, how'd you get beat by Florida? Look, I wouldn't put Florida Gulf Coast on my schedule when I was at Baylor. Too hard to defend when you're primarily working with bigs. And Missouri State's along the lines of one of the top 3 or 4 mid-majors every year. New Mexico State, I don't know as much about.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Happy
guys.
Thanksgiving.